There is a power inside you right now greater than any obstacle you face, greater than any limitation the world has tried to place on you, greater than any fear that has ever whispered in your mind. That power is not in your muscles. It is not in your bank account. It is not in your circumstances. It is in your thoughts. Listen closely, because what I am about to tell you can either be the spark that ignites your destiny, or the whisper you ignore and regret for the rest of your life. Your mind is the master key. Every empire that has risen, every invention that has reshaped civilization, every fortune built from dust, every leader who carved their name into the eternal stone of history, all of it began with a thought. A single, invisible spark in the unseen world of the mind. Your thoughts are not harmless. They are not fleeting. They are architects, builders, silent commanders shaping the blueprint of your life. Every thought you allow, every belief you repeat, every mental image you hold with conviction, it chisels reality, whether you know it or not. Edison did not stumble upon the light bulb because he was lucky. He thought about light. He obsessed over it. He visualized a world where darkness could be broken by human invention, where the night could be bent to mankind's will. And because he held the thought, because he refused to abandon the vision, the world followed the image in his mind. Ford did not create the automobile assembly line because the idea politely arrived one morning. He lived with it. He imagined machines moving as men worked, parts fitting like clockwork, a process that would revolutionize an industry. He held that thought so powerfully, it turned into steel, engines, wheels, and a legacy that still runs on our roads today. Disney did not create magic because he had better tools. He created it because he believed in a vision so audacious that even his peers mocked him. A mouse? A cartoon empire? Fairy tales on a screen. Yet Disney held the thought when others dismissed it. And because his thoughts were unwavering, generations were raised on the dreams he refused to let die. You see, the truth is brutally simple. Control your thoughts and you control your future. But lose control of your thoughts, and your future will be nothing more than a reflection of fear, doubt, and mediocrity. The battlefield is invisible. It is inside your head. Every day, thoughts compete for dominance. Some whisper you are not enough, that you should stay comfortable, that risk is too dangerous. Others scream for you to rise, to build, to believe, to act with courage. Which will you feed? Which will you obey? Understand this, your mind is a garden. If you plant seeds of fear, they will grow into weeds that choke your destiny. If you plant seeds of faith, they will bloom into opportunities that elevate you beyond imagination. The soil never argues with you. It only reflects what you plant. Abraham Lincoln once said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." But creation does not begin with action. Creation begins with thought. What you think about consistently, you move toward. What you visualize with intensity, you attract. What you believe with conviction, you become. The weak man blames circumstance, but the strong man molds circumstance with the power of his mind. The victim says, "I had no choice." The creator says, "My thoughts are my choice, and my choice will create my world." Do not underestimate the prison of negative thinking. Entire lives are wasted because people choose to entertain thoughts of failure before they ever try. They build prisons inside their heads with bars made of self-doubt. And then they wonder why life feels like a cage. But here is the revelation. The bars are imaginary. The walls are made of illusions. At any moment, you can replace doubt with belief, fear with courage, confusion with clarity. The mind is both your jailer and your liberator, and you hold the key. Discipline your thoughts. Guard them like treasures. Do not let the thieves of pessimism, jealousy, or distraction break into your mental house. Because what enters your mind will eventually exit into your reality. If you think weakness, you will act in weakness. If you think strength, you will act in strength. If you think abundance, you will recognize opportunity. If you think scarcity, you will overlook it. The world is not run by those who had the most talent or resources. It is run by those who learned to master the invisible power within the silent engine of thought. So I ask you, what future are you building in your mind? What destiny are you rehearsing with your thoughts? Because whether you realize it or not, your future is already being designed, thought by thought, belief by belief, vision by vision. And if you want to rise, if you want to conquer, if you want to transform your existence into something legendary, you must begin here in the sacred arena of the mind. Control your thoughts, control your future. But understand this truth. Controlling your thoughts does not mean silencing the noise of life. It means mastering it. It means recognizing that doubt will knock on your door, fear will whisper in your ear, distractions will dance before your eyes, and still, you choose the thought that serves your destiny, not your destruction. Every great leader, every visionary, every creator faced storms of chaos. Yet they trained their minds to see through the storm, to lock onto the horizon of their vision, while the world around them panicked. That is why they prevailed where others surrendered. Napoleon Hill once wrote that every man is what he is because of the dominating thoughts which he permits to occupy his mind. He understood the secret. Thoughts are not passive guests. They are commanders of destiny. Permit the wrong ones and you enslave yourself. Permit the right ones and you unleash an empire. Picture a ship at sea. Without a captain, the vessel drifts aimlessly, tossed by waves, carried by winds, enslaved by chaos. That is the mind without discipline. But when the captain grips the wheel, fixes his eyes on the stars, and commands the sails with authority, the ship obeys. The ocean may roar, but the ship moves toward destiny. That captain is your conscious mind. And the stars you navigate by, those are your chosen thoughts. Let me remind you of something powerful. The human brain is the most advanced workshop ever created. Within it, ideas are forged like steel, visions are crafted like masterpieces, and futures are designed like architecture. But just as a workshop can produce tools of progress or weapons of destruction, your mind can construct greatness or fabricate misery. The choice is always yours. Do not believe the lie that thoughts are beyond your control. They are not lightning bolts striking at random. They are streams, and you are the one who chooses which river to drink from. Yes, thoughts will come and go, but you decide which ones to entertain, which ones to repeat, which ones to engrave into the walls of your belief. Carnegie envisioned an empire of steel before the first beam was ever lifted. His competitors saw only iron and coal. Carnegie saw skylines rising across continents. Why? Because his thoughts were not limited by the material world. His thoughts commanded the material world.